moment.
I have to go to the ATM, so I think I go a little bit before we finish.
That's all right. You could also transfer
Transfer.
PayPal or.
Oh, that's fine, then I will do it like that.
Yeah, if you do it, then
yeah,
I'm cool. Okay, all right. You want
when you don't have when your eye is fallen,
yes.
you still have common sense. So you don't go naked on the street, walk on the street naked.
Well, not so far. Well, you never know.
So you still have common sense.
But only apparently. That's what seems to be happening.
Okay, thank you. And we prepared a couple of questions.
Really? Now in the break or what?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
When,
No.
for example, no.
No, just no.
Okay.
Okay, maybe.
Grow. To grow is also an illusion.
To grow.
Yeah, to grow.
Kind of spiritually or something.
Yeah, sort of artistic way. If I can.
No, that's not an illusion. That's what may seem to be happening. But it doesn't have anything to do with someone like inner growth or on a personal path. But of course, things may become better or change, like a tree. A tree seems to grow. That's what seems to be happening.
And another one is war also perfect?
War, oh yes, but for no one. So there wouldn't be anyone there knowing that it's perfect. So it's a blind perfection. It has nothing to do with the goodness that the person dreams about. War isn't good. Nothing is good or bad. But of course, by just being itself, it's perfect. Or total. War.
And the last one was.
Oh, that was quick.
I have another question about war.
Yes.
So could you say that war is just as perfect as a spiritual retreat?
Well, I have to think about if a spiritual retreat is perfect. But
in like a wholeness
I'm
sense.
not sure about that.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, everything just is what seems to be happening.
So it's just as perfect,
so to speak. But
fundamentally.
I understand that perfect is a weird word in that context because it's really
that's
for no one.
Oh, like this.
So it's not perfect for someone.
But in
it's just being itself.
So if I would say like, is war just as perfect as a spiritual retreat for no one?
No, yes.
Yeah.
But a spiritual retreat is also kind of war, but
yeah.
Well, the seeker fighting for peace.
Yeah.
The meeting is as well too.
Well, but only for the seeker.
So the war is like a different expression, but still the same as a meeting like this.
Well, it's not an expression. Well, nothing is an expression of something. Everything just is exactly what it is. And it's neither good or bad. It's not an attempt to make it good or acceptable. It just is what it is. The thing is that war itself isn't fighting against itself. War doesn't even know about itself that it's happening. It's just what seems to be happening without anyone knowing anything about it, actually. It's not good or bad.
Because for me, I kind of see like, okay, everything is like part of the whole everything.
Mm.
But as soon as the person comes into the play or to the system, then it starts to like, okay, this has this value, this has that, this becomes better. Then the duality starts.
Well, the person is the experience of duality.
So and the duality is an illusion.
Exactly.
So
So there is no duality.
So if you start seeing without the duality, then everything becomes,
so to speak, but actually the seer is also the duality. So when that collapses, nothing is seen really. Everything just is blindly itself.
oh, that goes far.
There's just no real seeing of anything. But we still have one question on the paper. Sorry.
It's when the illusion of the me is difficult to see without someone telling you. So difficult from yourself.
Well, it's impossible.
It's impossible.
I mean, the illusion can collapse, but the thing is, the collapse of the illusion doesn't have anything to do with seeing it. So for the person, it's absolutely impossible to understand what we talk about, and it's impossible for the person to even go in that direction. It has to happen, so to speak. But the person or the illusion of a person doesn't play any role in this. And even if the person thinks about, maybe there is no me, maybe I'm not real, it's actually constantly confirming its existence in even thinking about this. So it's utterly incomprehensible for the person that itself doesn't have any reality at all. In that sense, I'm kind of with you. It has to happen. You can't, it's impossible for the person to have this idea, really.
Yeah, it's impossible to.
It's impossible. The crack in the personal reality has to happen. It doesn't need a meeting for this, but it happens for no reason. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I could ask him. So, if I understand it well, there's no difference between war and this meeting?
Yeah, but it's also not the same.
No.
But there's no real difference.
Okay. But, do you feel also the hardship and pain from war happening?
Oh yeah, sometimes it's very sad to hear about that. Of course.
There's no person involved.
No, being sad is fine. Yeah.
So I was thinking to myself on the break, I feel like in these meetings, I'm in a battle that I can't win.
Yes, being a me is a battle that can't be won. Yeah.
We all,
I mean, the battle is I want to become fulfilled and I have to do something for it, or I have to fight for that against all kind of obstacles, and that's an illusion. You can't fulfill an illusion.
not only that, but even my own survival isn't guaranteed, like here in these meetings.
Well, no, of course,
Or anywhere.
Or anywhere. I know this illusion could just collapse anytime for no reason at all. It could just boop, walking through the door, walking through the park, eating pizza. You could just boop.
God, that's
Yeah.
frightening to think. You could go before you finish the pizza, was what I was thinking.
Well, yeah, exactly. For the person, it would be always too early. Not yet. I still have to finish my pizza.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm halfway into it.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Would you want to die now? Oh, whoa.
Let's
Not
finish the
yet.
rest of this.
I still have this whole search for liberation ahead of me. Not there yet, so don't take me now, God.
It's like you said, the battle of the person is to become fulfilled. And
Yeah,
if you-
but
and
survival is
and
the
it's a fight
least.
to do that. It feels to me it's a fight to survive day to day.
Yeah,
I think it has
because
since I was really young.
yeah, because in order to find fulfillment, one at least has to be there. So survival is the least thing, and enlightenment would be
And from the meat
the top
perspective-
prize.
And from the meat perspective, surviving is a fight, or at least it takes a lot of effort.
It can seem like that, yeah.
It can seem to take a lot of effort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to survive this moment.
But that body, because we were talking the other day on the phone, and you were saying the body wants to survive, not just to become fulfilled, but
Well, it doesn't really want
Yeah.
that, but it seems as if it's programmed,
yeah,
but not for some reason. The body doesn't really know why it wants to live.
it just doesn't.
That's just what it does. Well, until it doesn't
Until it
anymore.
can't,
Yeah.
But what I mean is the effort of the me to survive in order to become fulfilled feels very effortful. The body surviving doesn't
Oh,
take.
yeah, because
effort.
it's an artificial reality. Presence, to be present, is kind of an artificial reality. That almost, I mean, it too is what seems to be happening, so it's no real effort in that sense.
It just feels-
But it feels like
and then
I have to stay present.
the body surviving is just what happens.
Absolutely.
So eating, drinking water, blah 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 blah.
Run when there's danger or something. That's just what seems to be happening.
But there's not an impression of effort in that
Not at
because
all.
it just happens.
Yes. Yeah. It's effortless. The natural reality is utterly effortless. There's no effort in this.
Organising a meeting, having conversations.
There's no one doing it, or there's no one having the impression I need to be there as this energetic presence in order to do it. Yeah.
So that's a different kind of tension because like someone said earlier about you've got to catch a train, you could be stressed, you're hurrying for the train. The body might feel some kind of stress,
Oh yeah.
hurrying for the plane, the train, whatever it is. But the stress of the tension of being a person who's got to survive and be fulfilled is something else. Which is,
Yeah, one could say so,
something-
absolutely.
yeah.
But for the person that's always connected, kind of.
in a way, I don't know if you'll disagree, but I kind of want to use the word it's an unnatural tension, would you say? Or
Yeah, but only apparently. But one could say so, yeah. It's an attention that comes from an illusion. I have to do it. I'm doing it, I have to do it. It's just a description. I don't mean it's wrong when I say that. It's not wrong. But
apparently
it's in that sense apparently unnatural,
there's a lot of tension in being a person.
so to
keep
speak.
it all together.
That
and
just
blah, blah, blah.
belongs, this impression just belongs to the personal energy. I have to be present. I need to be present this moment. I have to make it into the next moment to be present there again
Yeah,
in order to collect fulfillment.
You said something in Crete that kind of touched me, like there was a guy sitting next to me and we were in the middle of a silence. It wasn't like questions or anything. And a guy sitting next to me was just started crying for like 10 minutes or 5 minutes at least, maybe 10 minutes. And you just looked at him and said, yeah, it's very stressful.
Mhm.
And it kind of touched me how the person's holding in so much stress just from this constant effort
Yeah,
to make it.
yeah, to make it. And as I said, the least thing is to be there.
But it just feels sometimes in these meetings or just after them or whatever, there can be a huge release of some of this stress.
Mhm.
And it's a surprise to me, there's so much stress in it.
Yeah, in a way, it's something that the person doesn't really know about itself. I mean, for the person, that's usually regarded as life.
Yeah.
So it thinks it's normal. and it doesn't even really comprehend how stressful it is to be a me until kind of a sense of this freedom
Yeah, until it
kicks
starts
in.
releasing a bit, and then you're
Yeah.
like, whoa, that was tense.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Afterwards, it's whew. Yeah, yeah. I mean, as I said, it's part of an illusion actually, because the illusion to be someone happens as effortless as everything else. So it's only the illusion of effort. That's a bit.
But it can obviously have all kinds of effects on the body, though, can't it?
In terms of.
Just the way the body is in
Oh,
terms
yeah,
of
of
being
course.
stressed and tense,
Oh
and
yeah, absolutely.
possibly creating illnesses and all kinds of situations.
Maybe. Yeah.
So there exists no effort at all.
There is no effort. This is just absolutely effortlessly this. There's nothing here doing anything. There's no one trying to change this or manipulating this. It's just this effortlessly.
And there are no relationships.
No.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Imagine, or perhaps you would sit at somebody's birthday.
Birthday?
And, yeah, birthday.
Yeah.
And you're together with your family and friends.
Yeah.
And he or she will talk about with somebody else to you, like, oh, I have a very strong and good relationship with you.
Mm-hmm.
Would you then speak?
I would say that's a dream.
No, you know. Don't think you agree. But would you then say, like, would you talk with the person about the relationship that he or she might have with you or with somebody else, or would you then, or are you still able to, like?
Only apparently.
So.
Oh, of course, because this might be what seems to be happening. Apparently having something that looks like a good relationship.
So you're still able to, like.
But you cannot have a relationship.
No, there is not. Well, no one has a relationship. It's a dream.
But in like the more or less the realm of the dream world, you can still like talk and communicate within that realm with other people.
Kind of. Yes, yeah? Apparently. Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, all there is this apparent world and kind of the functioning in this apparent world. There isn't anything else than that.
Would you like?
It's just an illusion that it's personal. It's an illusion that Andreas, being Andreas, is personal. That's all. Okay. And in a way, there, as I said, there is nothing else than the appearance of the world, including oneself. That's part of the appearance of the world.
So you like cooperate with the illusion or something?
Say again?
Like cooperate with the illusion of this life, this experience. Yeah, I don't really know how to explain it.
Yeah, there's just no one there. There's just this, which is everything.
I can't imagine.
For no one.
I can't imagine you telling someone else, yeah, we have a good relationship. I can't imagine that.
Yeah.
But it could happen.
Yeah, you still do.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Maybe your girlfriend or your wife.
Well, oh yeah.
You can't say no.
Well,
You can't say no.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we're on a good path, actually. At least so far. Until you see me naked in the street.
There's no common sense.
Maybe.
But it's like you don't really do it because you still live in this illusion, right?
Oh no, it would just be what seems to be happening.
Yeah. Okay.
This saying, oh, we have a good relationship.
Yeah.
This would
exactly,
be
that's-
wholeness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like, even if you know that it's an illusion, you still live in this illusion.
Well, I don't know that there is an illusion.
Okay.
There's just what seems to be happening.
Okay.
And this may be saying, oh, we have a good relationship, or
Okay.
that would be it. It wouldn't be either real or unreal or an illusion, or it would just be exactly what it is,
All right.
without having any idea about illusion or duality or non-duality. It would just be, yeah, as I said, exactly what it is. For no one.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
May I ask you something?
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody else.
Yeah, first.
The word appearance or apparently is used sort of after every 2 sentences
Yeah,
often. And I wonder,
I'm sorry
when
if
we
it's a
talk
bit
about
boring.
appearance, like you said, this physical body is not real, it's an appearance.
Mm-hmm.
Then the question arises, an appearance of what?
Yeah, exactly. That's why the word appearance is a bit weird.
Yeah.
In a way, it's not appearing in terms of coming into existence. It's real and unreal, timelessly. Sometimes say an appearance for no one, but
Yeah, but that's saying
the person will still kind of fizzle some kind of appearance for
well, yeah.
something. So no, it's not.
Yes, yeah. But if it's sometimes the words like nothing or no thing is
Mhm.
used, but then again, it's a bit of an escape route, I feel.
Well, I think you can't just name it
You can't name it.
because it's not an it at all. There is no it. So, and I know appearance or appearing is actually always misunderstood, because the person will understand some kind of
Energy or whatever.
coming into existence, as if there's something emerging
Mhm.
from nothing or something. And yes, that's not happening. There is no coming into existence at any level. That's why I prefer actually to say kind of it's apparently happening in terms of it's timelessly real and unreal. It doesn't take sides. So in that sense, this appearance is nothing happening. It's not happening, not even as an appearance. Yeah. Yeah.
So I've not at this moment, not now. I'm afraid to die. Well, the
Yeah.
body. I think kind of. It's not fulfilled. It's not fulfilled. It's not. So I'm not afraid now. Are
Yeah.
you afraid
Yeah.
dying?
Yeah.
Are you afraid dying?
Well, no. Well, it's hopefully also not around the corner, but
Yeah. So
I have no idea.
I have no idea, but I was 2 weeks ago. I was really afraid. I'm kind of afraid. I'm not afraid, but oh gosh, it's ending,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not.
All right. I don't know.
No, I have to say no.
Mm.
But that I have, and then it can happen that I suddenly have this, maybe it's me, I don't know. Suddenly I have all these life things,
Mhm.
things of life.
Mhm.
But it's strange, the strangest thing is that I forget a lot. So I'm really with it, but I forget it.
Yeah.
Then I think, okay, is it dimension? No, I don't think so. But I'm really vivid with it.
Yeah, we just can't hold on maybe
No.
too much to stories
No.
and stuff.
No.
No.
So that's nice.
No.
It's better. But in the night, I can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
And the dream, really dream, slept dream,
Mhm.
how to use it.
Well, there's no answer. I mean, all of what you just described is what seems to be happening.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And there's no one doing that.
No. Okay. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and there's no one in it really, so
Yeah.
no escape.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you ever snap back into personality? Like for a short while, you forget all these words.
Well, they are not remembered ever. So I'm not living in this reality. I'm just not there anymore. Or this illusion collapsed.
But never for a short while.
No, no,
Okay.
no. That wouldn't be liberation then. It's really liberation is the collapse of this coming and going thing. Yeah. But I'm not in a constant state of absence. There's just no one left. And I don't live in the narrative of non-duality. There's absolutely no point in knowing that there is no one and stuff. That's really, so I don't think non-duality usually.
But that's not possible.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, maybe that's what I'm not doing. Yeah. Oh, it collapses. There is no. This is not an issue. What we talk about here.
Yeah, it kind of hit me last night that I'd gained nothing by being interested in this or learning these concepts.
Nothing. Yeah.
Because up until last night, it felt like I had an advantage. I knew that this communication exists.
Yeah, that you had an advantage knowing that there actually is no one. Oh, that's useless. Yeah. There's nothing to know.
Andreas, if the person is an illusion, then how can you be liberated from it?
Yes, there is no liberation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I thought you were just saying about the liberation or being liberated.
Yeah, apparent liberation is the end of the illusion to be someone, but nothing of that is real.
So liberation never really happens then.
That's true. Yeah, that's another hope or another dream.
Yeah. Like a religion.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, the person in a way would think that it could become liberated. It thinks there is really something called liberation and that it somehow happens to me.
But in like non-duality messages, there's like freedom or liberation is when the person dies.
Yeah.
But if there is no person,
yeah,
then who is there to die?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
how can it then being said?
Yeah, well, it's in the story. But that's what seemed to have happened in this story. Apparently there was the illusion to be someone, and that has collapsed. And now there's nothing left. Both are the is or was the non-dual reality that we talk about.
But for me, it's like confusing because in some way I kind of see that there is no one.
Mhm.
So how can it then be apparently that somebody is being able to die?
Mhm. Yeah, it's not real.
Yeah, but when the person is not real.
Yeah.
So how come then that is being said?
Oh, because it's what seemed to have happened.
Okay.
The person just can't really deal with real and unreal.
Yeah.
Person would just ask, is it real or not?
Is it then like
Andreas, is there liberation or not? And it's neither. Or both.
But apparently so, because there is being said that if it dies, you're being liberated, or there is a liberation.
Yeah, from the illusion to be someone, but it's impersonal. It's not someone's liberation.
I'm trying to look confusing because it's
Yeah, it can't.
impossible.
Yeah, it's impossible. Yeah.
And why is that being said? Oh, because it's apparently so.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that sounds too easy. Just say it to end it like with that say.
Yeah. No, but the problem is that it's illogical and it doesn't explain anything. It doesn't explain anything in a satisfying way. Because as I said, the person would just love to know, is it like this or like this? And there'll never be a satisfying answer to this. All of this doesn't make sense. It's actually the same thing that we talked about before. How can there be so many symptoms of seeking when there is no one at all? It doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense.
It's not something our human mind can understand.
It's nothing that can be experienced. Yeah. Of course. Us sitting in a room and asking me questions can't be understood. It doesn't make sense. But it's what seems to be happening. It doesn't care much.
But liberation sounds very misleading because it also sounds very tempting.
Oh, of course. Oh, the person will regard it as a new goal.
Yeah, to be liberated.
Yeah, I know.
It's
But
a
then-
dangerous word, I think, that for the person.
Well, every word is dangerous.
Liberation more dangerous.
Well, the person will misunderstand every word I'm saying.
Say again, sorry?
The person will misunderstand every word that I'm saying. Even if I sit here saying nothing, the person will say, but it's mean that you sit in front of us. The person will just expect a personal world. And the appearance will never convince the person to not be real. So I won't manage either.
The person needs a carrot, otherwise he wouldn't come to him.
Well, the person deeply expects a carrot. And as I said, the person goes through the world and thinks there must something be here for me. Anywhere, wherever it goes. It's deeply hoping and expecting a carrot, and so does it here. There is nothing that can be done against that.
So is this feeling to live in time, let's say? Is that what the person waits for something? That carrot waits for something. Okay.
Exactly. I'm now here. This is happening now. So if there is something like my fulfillment, it has to be later on.
Because this can be complete, so there must be a reward somewhere else.
Exactly. Yeah, otherwise it would be too painful to just be in this unfulfilling present moment. So when I say this, it won't get better than this, it's a very irritating message for the person. Because the person is only here because it hopes that it can become better than this. I mean, the person is energetically instantly saying, this isn't it. I have to be here because I want to be liberated. But if everything would be okay, I wouldn't need to sit here. I wouldn't come here if it would be really good. I have to be here in order to become fulfilled at some point. I have to be here in order to not be there tomorrow anymore.
Andreas, the problem
Maybe I have to be here more often.
Yeah, but what is that the person seems to sit here,
Yeah,
and then the mind think I'm here because of this and this and this, and
exactly.
I have to learn something.
Oh, for the person, this makes
But-
perfect sense. I'm
Yeah.
here, there's Andreas, he's liberated, I'm here, I also want to be liberated. So good that I'm here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's an important step on my path to be here,
to liberation,
to liberation, exactly. To my liberation.
to be better.
Yeah. That's wholeness for no one.
Andreas, when you're saying about the person wants things to get better, the problem for the person is it really does experience things can get better in its dream.
Yes,
Because it always sees things getting better and then getting worse, and it has to work on them again and get back on track. But
yeah, but what it does overlook, that things getting better don't make it more fulfilled.
that's what I mean. But in its story,
It's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy. It thinks, oh, this gave me something, and it really believes that it gave it something to it.
Yeah.
But it never happened, actually.
and so
The
then-
person is kind of almost, well, equally unfulfilled
yeah,
always.
I agree. But within the story, it seems I'm unfulfilled. Something happens, I feel more fulfilled.
Yeah,
But then I feel back to unfulfilled because it never actually did give anything.
yeah,
But I still have the impression it gave something. So I think, well, if I do that again or do something else,
absolutely.
it'll get that sense of being fulfilled back.
That's how it feels. Yeah.
It's just like a drug addict chasing a high, would you say?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Chasing the high of feeling I'm fulfilled now, or I'm getting more fulfilled.
Yeah, this gave me something. Yeah.
It is a total addiction seeking.
Yeah, kind of. Because you'll never get a person without that. You can't become unaddicted in that sense. But yeah, seeking. It's not something you can unlearn.
No, I don't mean it in that way. Like,
No.
yeah.
I mean, that's what the person is trying to do desperately, to finally be happy with this. I mean, that's all what the seeking is about. How can I finally be happy with what I experience? And that's impossible.
Well, I'm thinking because even now that I'm coming to a lot of meetings and I'm obviously interested in this and listening to a lot of this, there's this constant highs and lows of, oh, I'm getting somewhere, I'm not. But I was like that before with other things.
Oh, absolutely.
So anyone who's seeking in other stuff like money or whatever they're seeking in, it's the same highs and lows as looking for so-called liberation, whatever,
Oh, totally. It's just the same seeking dynamic.
and the need for fulfillment.
Yeah. Hoping that one day it's just good. One day I don't have to seek anymore. I can just be.
But the me wants to one day, the me thinks one day can just be.
Brilliant. Well,
So
sorry.
the me thinks one day can just be, but only when it knows it got enough.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. One day I'll feel so fulfilled that I don't have to seek anymore. I can just be,
But
hang
knowing-
around.
Knowing this, doesn't it mean that you can already like just be.
Oh, no,
right
of
at
course
this
not.
moment and-
No, the seeker would just try to do the same thing. It would just think, now that I know this, I should be able to be and not seek anymore. Oh, there's no, knowing this is useless.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, totally. Talking to me is useless.
Well, but, yeah, but I
Well,
mean,
talking
like,
to anyone. But
maybe like in this dream, I mean, like knowing this,
no,
okay,
no.
alright,
The person will just go on seeking and then again suffer, so to speak, from knowing this and not be able to experience it. So the person will seek and then punish itself with, "Oh, but I know that there is no one, but I have to go on seeking."
okay. So when we get out of here, like nothing really changes.
That's true, yeah.
Alright,
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, that's part of the dream. That
Yeah.
hope that something will really change something. One day it'll really change, and I won't be a seeker anymore. I will be really someone who has found.
okay. So you
Nothing
never-
will
you never
change.
stop being a seeker.
Well, the thing is that the stopping of this illusion will not bring about a change.
Okay,
It'll just go on being whole and complete for no one. That's the surprise when this illusion to be someone collapses, that
Yeah.
this change that the person is looking for will not happen. That suddenly something is really different for me. No,
so you don't really feel like something has changed
no,
in your experience?
no, not
Even
at
when
all.
breaking the knee? or
Yeah, yeah.
the
Even
collapse?
even my death didn't change anything.
Okay, cool,
Yeah,
thanks.
yeah.
May I ask you something?
Yeah, please.
Maybe you have
I
a
should have
better.
brought sunglasses.
Oh, that's nice. It looks nice as you're there in the light.
Okay, good. That's good. I hardly see you anymore. Well, if it looks good. Thanks. Oh, but there would be curtains. Oh, yeah, maybe you could do just the one. Yeah, the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, yes, yeah. Ah,
Wow.
thank you. Thanks. Oh, that's,
I don't, I told you my story, but
yeah.
can you see through and see what happens to me? What no? What is not true? What I see? What can you see? You are more. You have a distance.
No, I don't see anything special. That's just what seems to be happening.
And the story, you don't think this is what she is, what her problem is.
Well, yeah, I can apparently understand that. Yeah.
No, what I can't see.
Yeah, no, I don't see more
Something
than,
more than I can.
no, I don't see more than you. There isn't more. That's just what seems to be happening.
Right.
I mean, you might assume that there is more, something that you don't see, but no,
I
that's,
don't know.
that's a
Maybe
trick.
you
Yeah.
see
No,
clear, more clear.
no, I don't. I don't see more clear. No. Yeah, it would be nice. Someone who sees clearly.
Yeah.
No, yeah, no,
Okay.
I don't know more than anyone. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're more intelligent. You see more maybe the whole picture better.
No, I don't. There is no whole picture.
Okay,
Doesn't exist. It's a hope of the person.
sorry,
That's a hope of the person,
Yeah,
an
yeah,
idea that there is a whole picture.
that somebody else knows better.
Yeah, well, that there is that you can see the whole thing.
Yeah,
There's nothing to see.
I get the impression though, that a lot of the times Tony can see more clearly what's going on with me than I can. Because he'll tell me something about why I'm doing something and I'll disagree with him, and then about a month or two later I'll realise he was right and I'll call him up and go, you were right. And he's
Yeah,
like,
but that's apparent.
okay.
I mean, that's in the story. I think it's quite natural that we often see easier with others what happens with them. But
I suppose, yeah.
that's all apparently. It has nothing to do with truth or reality. Because how you are and him seeing that, a dynamic, that's all just an appearance.
Yeah, I was hoping he had some wisdom, probably.
Yeah. Well, he may have apparent wisdom.
He has a very strong intuition.
Mm.
What's going on with other people, I think.
So that's what may seem to be happening for no one. Still, there's nothing to gain in that. It's just what seems to be.
I thought I was gay.
Yeah. People are greedy for wisdom.
yeah, that's how to stop that.
Well, it
You
doesn't
can't
have
stop
to be
it.
stopped. Well, it's
That's
just what
also-
seems to be. Yeah.
So that might just be an ability Tony has, do you think? Do you think that's an ability Tony might have, particular to that character, that he has a very strong intuition of what's going on with someone else?
Yeah, to the extent that that's what seems to be happening there.
Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah, when I feel good, that's what I shout out at home. Who knows? I'm joking, sorry.
Stupid question. The thing is energy talking. What is energy? I mean, energy. I feel energized or not.
Yeah, that's an appearance. Well,
Yeah,
that's
but-
apparently
But
happening.
what does not answer the question, because I hear it for years, but what is energy? That's the only thing what is still there.
Yeah, it's nothing. There is no such thing as energy, really.
No.
Yeah.
And nothing is also thing.
Yeah, the person can even turn nothing into something. Yeah, conceptually.
Not, Sorry?
Yeah, conceptually. Let's say when I say this is nothing,
Yeah.
the person would still say, so it is something.
Oh,
Nothing.
yeah.
Mm. But no, it's nothing. Not something. Us sitting in a room isn't something.
Mhm. And what is energy? What this means?
Well, it's just,
This word, yeah.
yeah, I don't.
But what?
Yeah, it's nothing. Not something.
Yeah.
But nothing is something.
No,
No.
nothing is nothing.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but like when someone says like there is nothing,
Yeah, the
it's
person
still,
it still feels as if there is
There is
something,
yeah,
some circumstance,
so nothing still feels
like something,
Yeah.
exactly. For the person, it'll always feel like something, no matter what we say. Because the person is the impression to be something and that there is something. So it's the only thing it can hear. It'll never be able to hear and comprehend nothing. Thank you.
Andreas, well, you're not there to have any kind of self-image.
Hmm?
You're not there to have any kind of self-image, so you can't regard yourself as good or bad. What if somebody says something to you like you're brilliant or something like that?
I just think they have no idea what they talk about.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
It just doesn't register as having any meaning or any.
Well, there just is no one who is brilliant. Well,
Yeah, because I think obviously because the person's quite
in that sense.
because the person's quite concerned with its self-image, I think how other people perceive it and what they say can have an effect on that. It's always, for me, I always feel my self-image is threatened by other people's opinions. But when there's no longer a self that can have an image of itself, whatever anyone's saying is just what they're saying.
Yeah, one could say so.
In regards to what they think of you.
I mean, yeah.
Do you think anyone else is brilliant? If there are no people?
No, there isn't anyone. There are just a lot of apparently brilliant people.
In this room?
Yeah, especially in this room.
Especially in this room.
And there are loads of unbrilliant people outside of this room.
That's what I'm guessing at.
Yeah. But apparent brilliance might happen.
Only in this room, though.
No.
But that whole investment in self-image is so tied to this thing of feeling special, isn't it?
Well, they just go together. I think the person wants to be in a certain way. I mean, being in a certain way is already seeking or is a path. So a lot of people think if I am in a certain way, this will bring about fulfillment. So
yeah.
If I'm always nice or funny or feel good, or if I'm grateful for what I have or something, this will bring me fulfillment. So their method is to live according to their self-image.
So self-image is kind of like how the person wants to experience itself.
So to speak.
So it's about its relationship to itself, in a way.
Or how it is.
Could this be compared to an AI? Because in an AI, there's just transistors pretending to be someone. At least we have to believe it. And here's a bunch of neurons that talk to each other with ones and zeros.
Exactly, that there is,
no, not an entity to be found.
yeah, exactly. But it's a bit more, I mean, this is just very theoretical because he has
Yeah.
no experience of being a robot.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, on the one hand, we talk about being this, but without experiencing it. Being this apparent robot.
Yeah. I always thought non-duality was everything is one. Always thought that. But today I think I hear nothing exists.
Yes, there isn't one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, there isn't one reality. Sitting in a room is no reality.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's the personal, it's a personal idea. Usually there is me and the other, non-dual, not two, and it thinks if the two collapses, there must be one left, which is me. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it tries to realize that experience, and it fails, of course. It lives in a constant conceptualization, because there never is one without the second. The moment you have one, you have the second. So,
Oh yes.
automatically, energetically. And then one can tell oneself the narrative.
I understand.
Yeah, yes. So actually, this is a non-reality. Those are all personal teachings who claim that there is one reality that's real. One thing that's real is the personal experience. I'm the one thing that's real. About everything else I can already question. Everything else I can question. My experience of this, my thoughts, my stories. I can question everything except me. I'm the one that's real. That's how it feels. Until it collapses.
Would you say it's uncomfortable for the me to have its beliefs threatened?
Well, partly.
I suppose it depends.
Yeah, it can also be adventurous and promising. So some people would even seek for having their beliefs challenged because they think there is something alive in that and promising.
And they're growing.
And they're growing, yeah.
I suppose it also depends how much of an investment you have in a particular belief to define yourself, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because there's some beliefs that are feel to me so core to my identity.
Yes.
I can't allow that to be threatened because then it's almost like I'm not based on anything in a way. Yeah. Whereas I suppose other beliefs seem more superficial, and then those can be whatever. Yeah. I'll say it. I was thinking specifically in reference to my belief that everyone hates me, like I need that to be real. And so when anything disagrees with that, then I can't. Yeah. But the need has to have some beliefs about something. It can't be without any belief.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Maybe it can for some moments. It can be without thoughts, but it'll weave another story, another truth. Absolutely.
But those beliefs never have anything to do with what's happening.
No.
They're always based upon a story.
Yeah, and the belief about something, about reality.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
Second hand.
So to speak, yeah. Okay, so the natural reality is nothing. Interesting. Still, this how it operates, operating in a real world.
And it's because, do you think you need beliefs as well and truth, because without that it feels lost to orient itself?
Yeah, kind of. It'll invent some truth.
Because it's uncomfortable to feel lost.
Yeah, to just be feels uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's why it's always telling itself stories about what's going on.
Yeah, it's all kind of a processing of the present experience to make itself feel good again.
I was going to say for you, but there isn't a you, so I'll just say it without the for you bit. So there's no story to this.
Well, if at all, it's only a story
And
not a truth that makes me feel good.
So the apparent story of you seeking and then finding Tony and then dying and then starting talks and then now being apparently being in Amsterdam. None of that has a truth.
Not at all, because I'm not in Amsterdam right now.
Is there an Amsterdam?
No. What are you talking about?
There was seen that someone asked, "Are you conscious?" The answer is yes, I'm conscious, but that's consciousness answering. So it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Consciousness says it's conscious. So when seeking for truth, that's not a good kind of proof.
No, it's not. It doesn't prove anything.
Proving itself.
Exactly. Yeah. It's an illusion. And the person would always say, no, I'm here because I'm aware of myself. I experience myself, therefore I must be real. But it doesn't prove anything, as you said. It doesn't convince anyone else than itself. Yeah.
So that the person could also think I could experience in freedom.
Exactly.
That's experience.
Yeah. Well, it's the only thing it can seek in, because that's what it is. And it's the only thing it knows to experience. So it's the only logical conclusion in the personal world. If there is something like fulfillment, it must be something that I'm aware of, that I can experience. Otherwise, it would be a pretty useless fulfillment anyway.
You cannot speak about the one who's not there, but you can.
Yeah, because there isn't a one who isn't there.
No, but you can speak about the difference between time before the collapse and after.
Yeah, but only apparently.
Yeah.
Because it's not a real difference.
No, okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. Apparently they were seeking here and seeing gurus and being frustrated and seeking the dream job, just seeking.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently this stopped.
But well, once I experienced that, to me, the me was gone, so nothing was touched by feelings, thinking, there was nothing touched, nothing, there was just nobody.
Yeah.
But it seemed a difference
Yes.
it made a difference, well, in the experience.
Well, it's an apparent difference, yeah.
Okay.
Not a real difference.
No, not with before,
Oh, yeah.
because before there was an illusion.
Well, only apparently,
Yes.
not really, of
Yeah,
course.
so it was quite the same, but then again, it felt different, or it felt.
Well, only apparently.
Yeah.
Back then, I thought that it feels different.
Yeah.
After the illusion collapsed, it turns out that it also only was what seemed to have happened. It was whole and complete all the time, including my impression that it isn't. And that's what I mean. Even this apparent change didn't bring about a real change.
No.
There's no experience here now that something really changed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So when I die,
Nothing will happen.
then even then I would not be able to understand what you say.
Oh no, of course not. No, never. Yeah, some people hope that kind of the last second of life, just before death, there'll be an opening. That's how it is. No, there'll just be the illusion to be someone until it isn't anymore. And nothing will be realized or seen or gained at all, ever. There is no how it really is. There'll never be this final moment of knowing, realizing, arriving, understanding, seeing the whole picture. It'll just end. Boop. And there'll be nothing. Doesn't matter if nothing still appears as rooms and people, or just, well, we'll see how it is when the body dies. I'm quite curious, actually.
I meant the kind of that's what you talk about, what happened to you. So
Oh, yeah, I died.
you died.
But there was no,
Theoretically, when I die,
yeah,
then I won't also not be able to understand what you're talking about.
yeah, one could say so. Well, there might be an apparent resonance or something, but it wouldn't be.
Well.
There is nothing to know. Yeah.
Andreas, you know, I've had this strong need for a few years for you to be an authority
Mm-hmm.
who can tell me an answer, obviously.
Yeah,
And in reality, you can't answer my unfulfillment any more than a water bottle can.
that's true. Yeah.
And now it's worrying me because it's seeming more and more like, as far as questions on how to become, answers on how to become fulfilled, that is just a water bottle or anything
Absolutely.
sitting in front of me.
You could talk to the chair or do anything, basically.
And I'll get the same answer that I will from you.
Yeah, which is no answer. There is no answer.
You can't give anything. There's nothing there.
Nothing
Give
in
anything.
this appearance has the capacity to give an answer. The seeker just is the experience of being separate and being a seeker.
And assuming something out there has an answer to my own being.
Exactly. Some guru, some person,
The way the stars are
one's
aligned.
own thoughts, one's own feelings, as if there is something in there which could help me become fulfilled. And
There
there
is
is
nothing
nothing.
out there.
There's nothing out there.
Nothing's coming to save me.
Nothing's coming to save you. That's what the seeker is, how the person experience is, as if it shouts into empty space. Hello, help me. Hello. Ooh. How can I become fulfilled?
Is anybody listening?
Yeah, is there
That's how
someone?
it feels. That's how it
Oh, yes.
And I thought you were
And
listening,
all-
Andreas. I genuinely thought you'd been listening.
No, I don't listen. I'm not here. No. No matter what stories come, all the gurus, all the ideas, all the good ideas on what will fulfill you, they are as empty and nothing as everything else. They don't help.
But I still don't mind giving you the money to come to the meetings.
Cool.
At least we're on the same page.
Well, I don't
At
mind
least
taking
we're on the
it.
same
So.
page. Yeah, at least we're on the same page with that.
Wholeness works quite nicely. But there's no one giving and no one taking. It's whole and complete. There's nothing missing. That's the dream. But I still need to find something. No. No one ever needed to find something. It was okay all the time. Nothing was missing. What happens doesn't need any kind of artificial realization in order to be good. It doesn't need this
I
knowing
think that's my biggest
of goodness.
The biggest problem for me, well, I wouldn't be here, but hypothetically, the biggest one for me if the illusion just ended now is, what about all those efforts that I think I've made for the last how many years? It would just be wasted effort if it was just to all end now. That struggle would have been for nothing.
It is for nothing.
Because I've got such an investment in the struggle being meaningful and significant.
Yeah, it's a bit
It can't
humiliating
just end now.
to think that all seeking was for nothing and useless.
And then it could end now and have been meaning, like, yeah.
Yeah, it is meaningless. No one ever gained anything from anything.
So disappointing.
Well, apparently only.
So if everything is timeless, even sitting in this room hasn't been going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's just this.
No, then it would be here, now. It's timeless.
Sitting in a room is timeless.
Is it also spaceless?
Yes.
Also, when you say sitting in a room is timeless, that means undefined as well. Does that also mean it's undefined?
Yeah, of course.
In the sense that it can't be cut out as something that's happening.
Yeah, it's just not happening.
So, shyness is an illusion too.
What?
Shyness.
Science.
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 It's what seems to be happening, but it's not real. There's no truth in that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
but nothing is true.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
So it's not particularly
I
science.
seem to understand.
Yeah, she got it. Yeah.
Sometimes with from meditation and less thinking, it seems that things become a little bit more clear.
That's how it seems.
Yes. Because
But clarity about what?
yeah, because now just to see that there's nobody thinking, there's nobody speaking.
No.
Yeah, it's just there's just thinking, there's just speaking. But when I'm running around and working, I don't realize that. But when I meditate, I can realize that. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it's tricky business, but
Yeah. Yeah, my impression is, I don't know. I mean, my impression is that meditation is often a bit like an inner arrangement. Something like, okay, now for 20 minutes I sit down and be as calm as possible or relax. But usually, I don't know, usually it has nothing to do with there not being anyone. Is my impression that there's just things calm down or thoughts calm down, or one becomes a bit more the neutral observer, which might feel very impersonal.
yeah.
And I think it's very easy for the person to have this inner arrangement, knowing that afterwards it can just go back to normal mode. But to sit down for an hour and let the world be, so to speak, so this is quite easy.
This might be an odd question, but I'll try it. So you know how me's tend to wear masks to more or less of an extent. I think on some level they don't want to be seen like as vulnerable or whatever it is. Do you think around you it's harder for people to keep the mask up when they're talking to you?
I have no idea.
The reason I ask that is because I just assume manipulation doesn't work when there's no one there who's interested in a deal going on.
Okay.
So I just assumed it would be harder to keep the mask up around you. You're not interested either way, are you?
I'm really not interested, yeah. If people have nice masks, I'm happy with the mask.
Okay,
sometimes maybe the mask is nice.
I think the reason I'm asking that is because I
Oh, keep your mask on.
I think the reason I ask that is because that's my experience, is that when I'm talking to you or in these meetings, it's harder and harder to keep up this false persona.
Well,
All-
maybe because it's already work, of course, to keep it up. I mean,
Because all the stuff that I don't want to expose, like all the vulnerabilities, come out in these meetings.
yeah,
Or
one
what-
could say so, because it's like a method to put on a mask. And of course, this energy of seeking is kind of undermined here a bit. So it might be more difficult to
Yeah.
keep the mask on. Maybe, I don't know.
There would be progress.
Well, it would sound like process
Yeah,
in the
it is.
personal world, but it's just what seems to be happening. Yeah, there is no one progressing
Seems to go
towards being more real.
I do.
Yeah. I mean, there's just there can be all kinds of changes. There's just not this one progress that the person is interested in. Me on my path from less fulfillment to more fulfillment. What's the thing? Even the collapse of that's how the illusion of me can collapse without it being a progress. It's just what seems to be happening, or not. But it'll never bring about someone who's more fulfilled than before. That's just an illusion. Anyway, at all the time. That's the dream, that there is someone on a path from less fulfillment to more fulfillment. And that this one change will really happen. Never. Nothing will bring this about. No insight, no experience, no understanding. Not even the death of the illusion has the capacity to bring about a fulfilled experience.
What's so fascinating is that, at least for history, everything you say is bullshit now. Until you get to a less dangerous place, and then I can keep.
Yeah,
Take it in again.
invent another
Yeah,
concept that
yeah,
makes
yeah,
sense and
yeah.
is kind of logical. Yes.
Kind of goes stuff like this.
Yeah. Yeah, here it might become obvious that it's just utterly useless.
Yeah.
And useless, the person will call bullshit. The moment
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
useless, it's bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not bullshit. It's just useless.
You should.
There seems to be such a desire to define things, that you define and you know, like this word is this, is that, and then, okay, now I know. But if you take a dictionary, look at any word, you get a sentence with, let's say, 10 more words, you look those up, you get another sentence. It's all circular.
Yes.
Dictionary.
Yeah.
It's also relative.
Yeah. Yeah. It's only within itself it functions.
Definition is now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what the person thinks that it's a tool, that if I understand something, it gives me this moment of, but it never ends the search. So it has to go and understand and understand.
I couldn't find one word that's absolute. It
Yeah.
doesn't need another word. It's independent.
Yeah.
No.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, the person lives in a context.
It's just really hard for me to believe, not that you're asking me
Impossible.
to, that there is nothing wrong, and that the whole impression of something being wrong is only in the personal dream.
Yeah, but I don't ask you to believe that.
No, you don't know,
There's nothing wrong.
including me feeling like something is wrong.
Absolutely. There's nothing wrong.
But when the identity in the person collapses, the impression of anything being wrong or needing to change is gone as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
If there's disliking,
But nothing becomes good.
no, that's it. They'll still be disliking a particular situation or
Yeah.
event
Yeah, absolutely.
without the impression that it's wrong or should change.
Exactly.
Whereas to the person, they go together. Not liking something means it's wrong and has to change.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, for the person, whatever happens, there's the impression that it's wrong and it needs to change.
Because it wants to experience the relief of the change. I'm just thinking, if you're stuck in traffic, then not liking that could happen without the impression it's wrong or needs to change. And when it changes and you're not stuck in traffic, there's no one experiencing an improvement, would you say?
Yeah.
There could be relief or different feelings, but no one's experiencing it.
Yeah. Yeah, it would just be exactly what it is. A neutral, total, and empty appearance for no one.
Can't get the for no one bit. I'm trying to picture you as no one, but that's someone.
Yeah, you don't need to picture me as no one, you can just look at me. That's how no one looks like.
Yes. That is all for no one.
Yeah, or you can also look at anyone else. I mean, there is no one. That's the natural reality. That's how it looks like, how it feels like. It's this, very directly. I'm not pointing to something that's hidden here. It's this, literally. There isn't more. There isn't a special state called no one. There's just no one here. There is no me. There's no self that's aware anywhere. And also when there's the illusion to be self-aware, there never is anything that's self-aware. It's not real. It does not exist.
It is an illusion. You have
It's an apparent illusion.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, it's not a real illusion.
Yeah.
So it's what seems to be happening. People assuming they are self-aware without ever being self-aware.
I feel completely mentally drained because I feel like for this apparent meeting I've just been thinking and thinking and thinking to find a solution and I've got nowhere. That's just what's happening. It's not wrong. Being mentally drained isn't wrong, is it?
Yeah.
Do you feel mentally drained at the end of the meeting?
No.
Good.
Sometimes a bit. Depends on to whom I'm talking.
But not today.
No, usually I don't think.
remember there was a video of Tony doing an interview, but it's quite an old one, where he says after the meetings he felt energized. Do you feel that sometimes after the meetings that energized, or for you is it quite neutral?
It's a neutral energization.
Good. I'd like to think we've energized you a bit.
Yeah, sometimes some people.
There's this research project where they try to find out, if I say, I see Andreas, and where's this I? So in the brain, you can go back to neurons. Is there one place where the seeing takes place, like where the consciousness is? It can't be found.
Yeah, they can't find it.
Same way, if I move my hand, where is this action coming from? Really?
Yeah, they never find me.
Yeah.
They may understand the function of consciousness, how seeing happens and perceiving, but they never find a self. But I guess they will try to invent a lot of theories about the self, but they never find it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's time. How many people were waiting actually for this to be over? So there is no message, there's no teaching, there's absolutely nothing to do, to not do, to gain, to lose. There is no one in the first place. This whole personal world of separation and duality and path and seeking is absolutely illusory. It doesn't exist. There is no such thing. It doesn't have any substance. So all there is what seems to be happening, which is utterly incomprehensible. It's total, means it's exactly this. However, it's empty and meaningless. It's empty of reality. It's empty of purpose, intention, and all those things. What seems to be happening is just itself, timelessly, spacelessly, for no one. It's this not being something. Thanks a lot for joining. It was a lovely afternoon. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, nice meeting.